Hello and welcome to the Kayden Gordon Kennedy's Best Country Mix. And joining me right here today is Tim McGeary and Robert Paul from the Robert Paul Band. Tim and Robert, how are we doing today?
Awesome. How are you?
I'm doing excellent.
I'm doing great. It was 82 degrees here today and sunny. It was like spring is back. Yeah, it's so
Bring us
nice, man.
back. Yes.
hmm I'm
Yeah,
liking it.
that is absolutely amazing. Who doesn't love some good weather?
Oh yeah, no, it was all good. So no, things are going great. Um, we're getting some really nice reviews and um, some uh, some people around the world, and our songs are getting out there, and that one station US 41, right, we're like number 3 at the top 5, right? That's really good. So and it keeps on sort of moving up, and that's good. So we're having a good time, man. We're excited about this project. I think it's one of the best things I've ever done. Robert.
For sure.
Yeah.
And I've had the luck to do a lot of albums and with some great producers, but I would put Tim right up there with which the best one I ever did was Al Cooper, and Tim definitely is as talented as Al. I'm sure Al won't agree, but
Yeah, he's got a
Al's
little.
not here.
Al's not here, and he's got a little more creds than I ever do. But yeah, it's all good though.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
does have some credentials, but sometimes Tim's style is it's easier for the artist to get stuff out of him.
hmm
That's what I would say.
Yeah.
So
So
let's
it's
dive a little bit deep into who you guys are as a person. For those that do not know you, why don't you tell us a little bit about you and how you got started in music? And why don't we start with the legendary Tim McGeary?
Oh no, no, no. Let's
Yes.
start with Robert because Robert's got it.
No.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Whatever you guys want, but
No,
you pop
okay.
up on my thing first, so.
Okay. I'll go first. Okay. So
There you go.
I've been doing music for a long time. I was in bands in San Francisco. My first was a punk band called Mary Monday and the Bitches. I was one of the bitches. It was awesome. I gave my punk jacket to Ricky. It was funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't tell you that
I've
story,
got
but
all their records.
that was my first record. I know, it's so funny. I had a 40. I still have it. I still have it. It's up there. It makes me laugh every time. But I was in with Neighbors and Allies. We had a couple. It was another band in New York. We had like we did really well. We did a lot of opening gigs, stuff like that. But then when that band broke up, I got the other guy, this Paul McGovern, and a few other guys, Mike Gross and Bobby and Vinny, and we had a band called The Rescue. We're A&M Records. We went to England to do it. We opened up for like everyone in like 83, 84 that was famous. I mean, Duran Duran, Roxy Music, Billy Idol, 40 Days, Missing Persons, Patti Smyth and Scandal, Depeche Mode, The Cure, Modern English, Thomas Dolby, Simple Minds. I'm probably missing some. So we did a lot of touring for 2 years. Great. And so the last 12 years, I've always been writing songs, never stopped, but just got really serious about it. And I had two solo records out. One did in Memphis Art and Studios, one I did here in Naples, and then I did another one, the one called Secondhand Saint, and that was my third solo record. So I've been going to Nashville for like 12 years, writing, learning. I mean, I first went to Nashville. I thought, yeah, I know what I'm doing because I'm a songwriter, and I was totally schooled. I mean, it's like whoa. And but luckily, I had my friend Mike Kinnaman, who's one who actually introduced me to Robbie. Helped me sort of guide me through the Nashville politics, what I guess you would say. And I got some really good guys that they knew I had the goods, but I just wasn't ready. So that they kept on working me. So 12 years of that, and then 20 songs later, I've had a lot of songs on TV shows and movies, Smallville, One Tree Hill, Glory Days. There was a pilot on ABC called Prey. Girl Got Mo, Mysterious Ways. There's another one working on right now that's he's got 2 3 songs already in the can. So I'm working on that. But the thing is, what I've started doing the last 4 years is like getting in my studio together and learning. And I've had, luckily, between Ray Nisbeth, Chaz Sanford, and some of the other friends that are really, really good, they've taught me so many things. And I was able to bring that to the table when Robbie came down and worked. But I also worked with those two guys too. After we got the project done, we had it mixed down. But sometimes when the same song is like you're listening over and over and over. So what we did is I had my friend Ray Nesbitt come in and help mix it, and came out. He's really good. And then we mastered it, and so far, I mean, I mean, Kayden, you've been hearing the record. It's sound pretty good. You know, very radio friendly. I'll tell that. That's what I'm getting, and I guess that's it. So yeah, that's me. And paramedic, firefighter, ground. 9/11. I was at the towers. I was with Katrina. 38 years clean and sober. Lost my 18-year-old son in 2006 to a car accident. So yeah, I mean, I've been through some stuff, but as a songwriter, you get to pull from that, and you have and either you crumble or you rise above it. And luckily for me, with my wife and Faith, rose above it. So good. That's it, Robbie.
And for
You're
you,
next.
Robert?
Boy, he's a Renaissance man, isn't he? You forgot to tell him about the Merchant Marine years.
Oh yeah. That's just
Oh
true.
yeah, well we can't really talk
1920.
about that.
Yeah.
My story is one guy, one band. Out of college, I moved to Jacksonville because I wanted to be famous. Yeah, and it did not happen for me at all. I ended up just working odd jobs and doing sound, and that's how Johnny found me. His brother Ronnie had seen me play, and that's how I met him. And I made 7 records, toured everywhere. And I think Johnny sings for Skinner, but for 16 years, and it was just a blur because it was 16 years on the road. I mean, we toured like if you name a band in the 1980s, late 70s and 90s, I can tell you that we probably played with them. I would say them all, but it would sound like I'm bragging, so I won't. So,
Right.
but definitely did a lot of tours with the early famous bands like Outlaws and Foghat, Molly Hatchet, Foreigner, ZZ Top, 38 Special, Rosinda Collins. It's a long list, but point being that I got to hear, and I knew Mike Kinnaman, as Tim said, and Mike used to be the manager before we ever had a record deal, the Johnny Van Zant band, and he moved on to Nashville, and so when I made a solo record a few years ago, I let Mike hear it, and he said, "You need some help." And so that's how I met up with Tim and some other writers, and really got me started to writing better songs. But I mean, I'd have to say on this record, I played some great guitar, but the songs they're Tim's songs, and I played on them and I helped write them. But man, without him, it never would have happened.
Well,
And
it
that's
was.
my story.
I mean, the thing that was really organic. I mean, we didn't have the pressure because it was my studio, so we weren't pressured for time. So we just
That's
and we
huge.
and that's you. And then
$100 an hour. You
yeah.
don't play so well,
Yeah.
you
Well, the
know.
pressure and I find if you try to browbeat somebody, it doesn't work. You know what I mean? You don't get the best out of them. So the thing is relax and we do some he's basically a shredder. You know what I mean? That's what he's known for. And and the boy can shred. For show. But I said this time I said let's work on better leads. You know what I mean? That start somewhere, go somewhere, lead into something and he definitely, he definitely killed it. It was great. I mean, and we do some leads, and he was like, well, that's okay. It's not, it's, let's try it in one more. But he would do it, and then we'd get that one. And go, that's it. That's perfect. Don't change a thing. That's on, that's on.
No, not
That's
not
gonna be
not
on the
me,
record.
not me, Tim. Tim, I would many times go, "What do you mean? I thought that was really good." It's
I,
it's hard.
well,
It's
I mean,
hard making a record. You
no,
got
but
to
the
check
thing,
your ego at the door.
yeah. But the other thing
Yeah.
too is when it came down to it, he knew too. He goes that was good, but I think I can do another one that's even better. You know what I mean? And that's what happened. Then we got that one that one is like the magic's like that's it, man. You're right there. We're not changing it. And then we had that song "Kicking Down the Road," which is another LB single in I guess in about what about
Summertime,
tw-
baby.
summertime, man, because it's a great fun song. But like the thing is, he was doing leads, and we both said like, it's just not like, it's not angry enough because it's a song about a guy leaving, just kicking down the road. So I said, well, do you do slide? And he's like, well, no, I mess around with it. And I go, not really. I go, all right, try it. And he did great. It was like, dude, you killed it. You're a slide player now. So it's like, so, and that's exactly what the song needed. So the thing is, what we did is we worked on it till we got like something we knew that's like, okay, this works in this song. This is the way that song needs to be told. Because when you do music, the things you have to do, not just singing, but the guitar playing and the music, you have to make it like you believe it. You know what I mean? That the vibe is there, the story's there, everything's working to have that, so you can have that feeling of that song is real. And that's what we're getting. Like, that's a lot of things that people, when they listen to this, it's just like, it's real. You know what I mean? I mean, they know that we believe it, and his guitar playing, we believe it, and the way the songs came in, and people like, so and I think that's the thing, you do stuff that's like a little bit, a little corny or whatever, it's not really believable. You just don't, it's not really working. But when you have something that's like really works, and it really comes down to, to that, like the vibe is just like right in the pocket, and it. Plus we had like some really good, down nut drumming. We had David Johnson on bass with like, total pros. That really helps, when we're playing, because Robbie's a pro, you know what I mean? So I had all these like great musicians, playing on these tracks. Well, what happens is you end up with good tracks, it's like, that's it, and you don't have to, and so yeah, I've been blessed with this whole situation. This is my first album project in my studio. I've done a lot of singles, but I haven't done a whole album, and this is the first album I've done, and it's like one of my favorite things I've ever done, for sure.
Yeah, I would say
So
that.
when people want to learn more about you guys, where can they find you?
I am the Robert Paul, not the. It's just the webpage is robertpaulband.com, and my Facebook is Robert Paul Band /Facebook.com, and it's if you go to the band page, you'll be able to click on all the outlets that are on the internet: iTunes, Apple, Pandora, Spotify,
YouTube.
It's like 150 outlets now. It's grown a lot. It used to be like maybe 25, 30 places where you could buy music online. It's insane now. I mean, I never heard of some of these people like Dweezer and you know Groove City, and it's like what? It's crazy. I mean, that's where it's going, Kayden. I mean, CDs are great. I have them, and you can get them from my website by sending me an email, because I don't think, if you're old school like me, you love those CDs, but man, kids and women, they want it in the car, and they just want to click a button or put it on their phone and play it. The physical is for me, Tim, a lot of programmers like yourself. They like to have them.
And we will be sending
crazy.
you some.
Yes,
we'll be sending you some, Kate. All right,
I was shocked. I was shocked when he told me he hadn't sent you any. I said, "Are you kidding?
I didn't even know you guys had any." So,
oh yeah, see, well, I guess I gave it away. No, we don't have any, Kayden. None.
No, sorry, man. We're all done.
Sorry,
gave them all away. Yeah, Kayden, I'm gonna
send
you
some up. With music now. Just
kidding. I'm gonna send you up and send you some for so you can give away as promotions too. All right.
Yes.
I'll send you a bunch.
Please.
So you'll have a nice little so people want to get a CD, because sometimes people just like the physical thing of just it's a little and it's like, well, I don't really have one in my car, but my computer has it, so they stick it in the computer.
Yeah, you can't buy a car with a CD player in it. You have to ask.
You have to ask for a CD player. Yeah.
Standard it's out. They don't put them in there anymore. I can't believe it. It shouldn't be that way. It used to be like every car, even though like a
Yugo.
A Yugo. It had a CD player in it.
I love that one.
Now, buddy.
That one comedian's going like his friend's driving a Yugo, and he calls up. He goes, "Dude, you know that 50 cents you borrowed last week?" It's like, yeah, I need it back. It's like,
I need it back. He's driving a Yugo. But he's got a CD player.
Yeah, I've got a CD player though.
Pop that thing
Yeah,
in there. Yeah.
come on. Yeah,
So,
so,
and I tell you, the way they can mix stuff for the internet, and Tim will tell you more about this, is that the CDs are great and they sound fantastic, but they can even do more to the songs to make them sound better when you download them. It's
yeah,
crazy.
yeah. There's things they do sometimes. They compress them a little bit, or they bump them up. But it's like there's a they and a lot of times they use WAV files and other things too. So
Yeah,
there's
not
like a little.
MP3s.
Yeah. So, but yeah. So we could do that. So yeah, it's like I'm excited with this project, man. We're doing what we want to do, and the thing is, I love music. I mean, I love what music does to connect people. And like I tell this all the time, but like you can be at a concert with 50,000 people. Everyone's like different races, different religions, sexual identities, blah blah blah. But when the music comes on, everyone's the same.
And
Everyone,
that's
all
something.
that stuff that's different doesn't matter because we're all into the music. And if that isn't like special and spiritual, what is? You know what I mean? You could take 50,000 people and get them into like, into like that space. And the thing is too, for that time, like Tom Petty said, like it's like I take that's your joy time. You don't have to think about your troubles. You don't think about Bill. You just think about, man, I'm just digging this music and I'm having a great time. You know what I mean? And I think for people today, they need need to have a good time. You know?
Yeah. I think too many people don't have music in their life. They just, I mean, I actually have not, I wouldn't say friends, but acquaintances, they don't listen to music at all. And I'm always
Yeah.
shocked when they tell me that, like, no music in your life, your daily life. You don't, oh no, I listen to NPR radio. It's total talk radio. I just, I can't even talk them to even to listen. It's just not part of their like their DNA. They just music is not part of it, and I'm always amazed at people like that
Right.
because I don't know how
Yeah.
you can do it. I
Yeah.
was born with it in my ears, and first time I heard somebody just on the desktop, I heard music. So
Right. There you go. I mean,
yeah,
I think too, like, for me, like, I mean, music is cathartic and be a healer. And,
yes.
you know,
Oh,
um,
go to a nursing home. Yeah,
yeah, yeah. I mean, well, like my
it's
mom had,
unbelievable.
she had Alzheimer's. She was 90 years old. She passed away a couple years ago, but she hardly had a hard time talking. But when this guy would come in and play guitar and play some of these old songs, she knew all the lyrics. She could sing them. Like it was like this other part of her brain kicked in, and
Scary.
she's, you know what I mean. So that's the beauty of it. And then the thing is, like for me, like like there's a song by Peter Gabriel that "Don't Give Up," and one did with Kate Bush, and during when I was recovering from as an addict, this 38 years ago, that song I can't tell you what that meant to me. I mean, I'd play that and I'd tear up and I'd just go, I'm not giving up. I'm done. I'm done with this. I'm moving on. And and I tell people all the time, like that, my fathers go, "Why are you telling me, brother, you were an addict?" Blah blah blah. I go, "Dad, you know why? Because
They need to know.
I'm on the other side of it. And the thing is, if I did it, you can do it. And
Yeah,
the thing is, and then the thing is, I've helped so many other people that had addictive problems with alcohol and drugs and stuff. And if I didn't have that experience, then how could I talk to them? How would they listen to me? Well, you don't know. I go, yeah, I know. 2 rehabs, 50 pounds lighter, liver going, hallucinating, insane. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I get it. I was bad, but I had a great wife that like didn't leave me because we've been married 43 years, right? She went through that with me, but it wasn't for her and the faith that I had and got me through it. And I guess I was, because I was really not a druggie. I didn't really like it, but I just got caught up with cocaine, back in the 80s because it was everywhere. And and I, but the thing is, so I'm grateful for that experience. And people go like, "What? You know what?" I'm like, yeah, because I helped so many other people. And my friends, when I was my son's uh, celebration of life or funeral, whatever you want to call it, people would come up to me and they go, "Hey, remember me like 8 years ago? I was all strung out and you helped me, and now because like, let me tell you, I have a wife and kids, I have a house, I have a job. I mean, that to me, man, if that doesn't like, it's not that I did it, but it's just like you start it. You give them something like, hey, maybe, maybe I really can put this down. And so when you see that kind of stuff, you just like, wow, it's like, okay, there was a reason for me to go through that. I think there's always a reason for everything. So, and Carson, being a songwriter, pulling all that stuff, all that misery,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, it's all,
I, these
yeah,
artists today kill me. I can never understand how a 16-year-old can write songs about their life. It's like,
yeah,
wait a minute, what life?
yeah.
You
Trust,
haven't
yeah, I
had a
mean,
life yet.
yeah, and that
It's
and that and
amazing.
that and that's the thing too is like when you say being a songwriter, like I mean, um, the thing is, if you want to be a songwriter and not be an artist, you know what I mean? That's fine because a lot of times, as a songwriter, you can put a song out, somebody famous does it, it's a hit, and you're getting hundreds of thousands of dollars,
Yes.
and you get to hang with the artist, and you have fun, and that's your song's gone there, but no one knows who you are, so no one's flashing a camera or a video of you every time, because think about what it's like to be famous today. What a nightmare
Yes.
that is.
It
I
is a
mean, if
nightmare. A lot of people, especially songwriters, they don't want to be famous. So
yeah,
they just wanted to write songs.
yeah.
And
I mean,
I have friends like that, and Tim does too. No
yeah.
way do they want to be out front.
Think like Jeffrey Steele. He's
Yeah,
written
Jeffrey.
tons of hits. I mean, and he's a great guitar player, killer singer. He's a great artist in his own right. But you never know who he is. But you hear all the songs that he written, you go like, whoa, you
Yeah.
know, you know what I mean? Like he Rascal Flatts hits and Montgomery Gentry. All these number one hits this guy's written like over and over and over. So that's the other part of it. But I like performing. You know, and
I'm the other way. I want to be famous.
you want
All
to be
right.
famous.
That was it. I mean, for me, that was the attraction. Yes, I wanted to be a musician, but at the time, I wasn't a good musician. It was the being famous and out front of people what drove me until I actually learned how to play
Hmm. Yeah.
well, because I definitely got up in front of people when I wasn't very good. But that's the attraction, is to when you're not good enough to push yourself to get up and play in front of people, because
Right.
that's one of the hardest things. Is a lot of guys can write great songs and play great music, but can they get out on stage and get somebody to pay attention to you for 45 minutes or an hour?
Right.
So hard, so
I'm,
hard.
uh, but I've been doing it for a long time, so I'm not really nervous. Like it's like, I
Not
mean,
me.
yeah.
Well, I get nervous when the lights come up, but no, man, it's time to go. It's time to go.
Time to
Can't
go.
wait.
Yeah. Yeah.
Every
I mean,
time. Can't wait.
I one thing was like on tour, like if you were sick, I mean, there was no like not going on. It was just
No,
you, you just power through it. You do your 45 minutes opening set, because you're in front of 10,000 people,
you could be
and
sick as a dog and you could still go out for 45 minutes.
you can, and I've done
Yes, I've done it.
it.
Oh, so sick.
Oh man.
Hurling, throwing up sick,
Yep.
or
Oh yeah.
flu, fever, sweating sick. You're
Yep.
going out there. And once you
You're
got out there, you're not sick anymore. It's
you're not sick.
amazing.
And then when you
Yeah.
get off the
Get
stage,
off
you're
the stage. Oh my God, why did I do that?
you're like, ah,
Oh shit.
yeah, get me to the
Don't worry, you
hotel
gotta
room.
do it tomorrow.
Yeah, that's right. And we only got 800 miles to drive. What? Yeah,
That's
yeah.
funny. All right.
Well, anyways, I would like to take a moment to thank Tim McGeary and Robert Paul for joining us right here on the Kayden Gordon Show. Today's best country mix. We definitely appreciate your time and support. But before we go, do you have any last parting words or anything that you'd like to say before we go today?
Well, just robertpaulband.com. Go to the
Yes.
website. You know what I mean? And there's plenty of things that you can read, like there's bios on all of us and some of the other new players that are coming into the band with us. And visit the site. Say hi. TimMcGeary.com. You can come and say hi with me. Just if you want to get a hold of me, you can leave a message, and the message comes to my email, and I'll correspond with you. If you'd like to get a hard copy, like a CD, like something with plastic in a sleeve, you can go to robertpaul.com. Just leave a message and your address and stuff, and you work that out, and we'll send you one out there. I think they're what, $10, $12 or $12, right?
12
$12,
bucks.
and that's free shipping. That's it. So that's it, and you can get the CD. And if you'd like, we'll sign it. Oh,
Ooh.
get a signed copy. Yeah.
Yeah.
I might even get a signed copy to Kayden. Maybe.
Wow. Wouldn't that be something? Here, I'll sign
Yeah.
it for you, Kayden. There you
Yeah,
go.
no, there you go.
Wonderful. Well, again, I would like to thank Tim McGeary and Robert Paul from the Robert Paul Band for taking the time to come on the Kayden Gordon Show. Today's Best Country Mix. We definitely appreciate your time and support and hope to have you guys on the show again real soon. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Kayden.
buddy. All right, bye.